Warrior, we're here in New York City. This is the view from the hotel. I want to show you actually how beautiful it looks. That's the Empire State right there. You can see all lights. And with this view, I want to talk to you about how to stay on track when you travel. What are the things, the key points that you need to keep in mind and how you can make it work. Look, in today's world, it's very common to travel, okay? You're not by yourself if you do it. There's many people that are required to work, to travel to different cities, even different countries, and adapt to the culture, adapt to their food, adapt to different schedules, just because the job requires to do it. We live in a very globalized world, so if you're not able to figure this out and to apply knowledge, how to stay on track when you travel, then it's very hard for you to actually get to your goals, to achieve, to accomplish the goals that you have in mind when it comes to health and when it comes to your body. Why? Because you're gonna be traveling many weeks out of the year, and therefore that's gonna have an impact in these goals if you don't know how to handle them. So, first things first, food. Okay, I know it's very hard when it comes to food. Look, I'm here in New York, and pizza is famous here. We've had some burgers, we had, ice cream, gelato. So there are many things that you can go to, right? So again, main things to keep in mind is you want to prioritize your protein. That's everywhere, when you're at home and when you travel. But when you travel, it's even more important. Why? Because you don't control the quantity as much, so you're probably deficient on protein during the length of your trip. So that's your priority, meaning when you go to breakfast, what are you going to choose? You're not going to choose pancakes, you're going to choose eggs. So you're gonna have 3-4 eggs, an omelette, maybe some potatoes and some veggies. That's gonna be your breakfast. For lunch, you can order a chicken bowl with some rice, with some veggies, with some sweet potato, with some avocado, whatever you like. But again, as you see in every meal, the priority is the protein. So can you eat ice cream? Can you enjoy pizza? Can you eat burgers? Yes. And that's actually the whole point of a trip sometimes, is trying out different foods, different cuisines, okay? So here in New York, of course, we're eating stuff that we like. Of course, we're eating pizza. Of course, we're eating burgers. Of course, we're eating ice cream. With that being said, careful with the portions. You don't want to eat a whole pizza by yourself, because it's gonna screw up a lot of work that you've been doing in the past up until today. So again, you can enjoy pizza, but use the brain. 1-2 slices will do the work. It will get the craving out of you, and it won't impact your goals negatively that much. Okay, so again, this time, when it comes to junk food, you want to think about the impact. It's not about restricting it fully, it's about the impact. You want to minimize the impact on your health goals, on all the work that you've been putting in the last few weeks. That's the main thing. When it comes to exercise, so the nutrition part is already covered. Prioritize your protein, and yes, you can eat food that you enjoy, like ice cream, pizzas, and burgers. Just keep in mind the portions, the impact that it's gonna have on the effort that you've been putting. Second key point, exercise. Yes, we're eating ice cream. Yes, we're eating burgers and pizzas. But man, we are doing every single day a minimum of 27,000 steps. So you can imagine how many calories we're burning daily just by walking around the city. So that's another thing, is if you're gonna eat these kind of foods, make sure you compensate by being very active. If you don't have chance to go to a gym, which if you go to a civilized and developed country, you have the opportunity to go to a gym. There are many opportunities. You get a day pass and then you do your workout. But in case you do not, make sure you use your legs to go places. So we're exploring New York City, not on the subway, not on the bus, not in an Uber. We are using our legs, and that's why we're walking almost 30,000 steps daily. This is gonna allow us to use the calories that we're consuming through our special junk food and use it as fuel to be able to go around the city. Okay, so again, that's another key point. Exercise is gonna help you to keep up with these new eating habits that you're gonna adopt during the trip, because you're not gonna be as disciplined. You're gonna be a little bit more loose. Okay, that's basically nutrition and exercise covered. So that's two of the most important things. Okay, again, sleep. Sleep is hard. Let me tell you that, we've been having 5.5 hours of sleep on average, I would say, a night. So I know that part is tough. But I mean, if you get 5.5 and then you're able to take a power nap, like a 30-minute nap in between after lunch, that will make it work. Okay, that will make it work. But again, try to shoot at least for 6 hours of sleep a day, even if it's not continuous. Okay, even if you have to split it in two parts, make sure you're getting close to 6 hours of sleep at least. Okay, you don't want to just be running on 3-4 hours of sleep every night, because that's definitely going to impact your energy levels, how much you're going to be moving, and your appetite and your choice of food. So if you're already choosing junk food, just wait till you get very little sleep. You're gonna be more open to choose even bigger portions, and that's gonna definitely have a big impact. Okay, so again, I don't want to make it longer. Just keep it in mind when you travel. Um, nutrition, exercise, and sleep. Those are the three key points, and I want to leave you here with this amazing view of New York. So if it was useful, just like it, leave a comment on what it helped you with, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.